Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, love, love. I'm yours.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, excited, nervous, everything. Just waiting for the big moment to happen.
Say hi to everyone who sadly couldn't be here today. And I'll just get Thomas to say some last words as a single man.
Hi to my German family. I hope you can see me all. To my friends in Germany, to everyone across the world. I think America is part of it. Whoever is. Welcome tonight. Yeah, let's get this started.
Last words from the single man. Good evening and welcome to those joining us both in person and virtually, so fashionable right now. Friends, I call upon everyone here present to be a fellow witness with me in this marriage between Emma and Thomas. We're here not only to witness their commitment to each other, but also to wish them well in every happiness for their life together. Before we proceed any further, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jessica Chillo and I'm a marriage celebrant, duly authorised to solemnise this marriage here in accordance with the laws of Australia. The giving away of the bride is one of the loveliest traditions we still choose to include in wedding ceremonies. And today that special honour and privilege has been given to Emma's father, Mark. The love between a daughter and her father cannot be measured. And it is usually the occasion of a wedding ceremony that acknowledges this special bond as Mark reflects on all the years he's seen Emma grow and develop into the amazing woman she is today. Today, Mark represents his family, and this special gesture of giving her away also represents the personal love he has for his daughter. I would now like to ask, who supports this woman in her marriage to this man?
I do.
Thank you, Mark. You may be seated. It has been said that falling in love is like being the first person to discover the most beautiful thing in the world, to find someone so lovely that no one else has even noticed. The beautiful thing about love is that it is an experience that we share with all the people throughout the world, and yet to everyone that falls in love, it is the most unique and precious thing. Love is a respect for the preciousness and true worth of a person, and I think it's the most valuable gift that we can give to one another. Thomas and Emma see love as the strongest way of expressing the depth of their love for one another. And this afternoon they will declare their love before you all, the people they care most about in the world, and they are grateful that you are present here today. Thomas and Emma are feeling the love today, not just for each other, but for those of you here with them right now. Now more than ever, we appreciate what it means to be surrounded by the people that we love. We, of course, thinking of those who should be here and certainly would have been here if the world hadn't gone a little crazy. This day is a little different, certainly a little smaller than originally planned, but with no less love to share. I would like to welcome Emma's family and her mother Julia and father Mark, and to Thomas's family, his mother Hannah-Laura and Herbert, who are joining us from Germany. And of course, to all of us, Emma and Thomas's extended family and friends who are able to join us today, both in person and virtually, a big welcome. Part of my job as celebrant is to get to know the shared history of the couple I am marrying. So now I give you the story of Emma and Thomas so far. They met in Germany when Emma was travelling Europe, discovering her family roots. It was the 10th of July 2015 in a little town called Brugg. Emma arrived at her aunt's house with fresh flowers for her host and bumped into this tall, handsome man who was walking through the gate. Their eyes locked, they smiled to each other, and both felt an immediate spark. They spent most of dinner chatting and laughing together, and afterwards, they were not ready for it to be over. So they went for a nightcap at a local bar. They had a lovely time until Thomas had to catch his train back to Cologne. Their parting hug said it all. A connection had been made, and they couldn't wait to see each other again. They stayed in contact for a few months before Thomas finally visited Australia to see her, and things were still magical. It truly was love at first sight when they met, and since then, the rest is history. Emma and Thomas have so many things in common and even share the same thoughts. They often say something at the same time or finish each other's sentences, like they just know what the other is thinking. They love travelling, good food and drink, and most importantly, spending time together. They don't really agree on music, but they do make playlists of songs they both like, so they always have something to sing together on long journeys. Thomas and Emma are inseparable. Their relationship is built on a great sense of adventure and taking chances. They support each other in everything they do, being considerate and patient with one another. The most important thing for them is trust, and they surround themselves with love and encouragement both from one another but also from their loved ones. They have a shared vision of their future and always make plans together. They are dreamers and optimists and always look on the bright side of life. Emma loves the way Thomas keeps her grounded. He makes her laugh and brings out the best in her. She admires how deeply caring he is about people around him and their feelings. He is intuitive, kind and warm, and she feels safe and loved around him. And Emma is the most positive person Thomas knows. He loves the way she has changed his outlook and given him strength to overcome doubts and fears. She makes him feel appreciated, and the faith she shows in him is inspiring. Together they make a perfect team and are a match made in heaven. They are each other's inspiration and motivation and make each other feel safe and loved every day. He loves her amazing cooking skills, even if it means his waist pays for it. I don't think so. And he loves the experiences she's introduced him to, travelling and exploring places he would never have considered himself. Emma and Thomas know they can rely on one another. They have each other's back and know they are always good in each other's hands. Their love is infused with such certainty that there was only one way forward for their relationship. And this realization came casually, or rather comically. One night in December, during Emma's second visit to Germany, they were talking about the future, drinking a warm glühwein, and feeling pretty tipsy. Emma said in conversation, "If you were to propose to me right now, I would say yes." To which Thomas replied, "Okay. Do you want to marry me?" Emma said if he wanted to ask her, he had to say the right words. It took a few back and forth trying to get him to come out with, "Will you marry me?" But eventually he did, and the deed was done. They got engaged on a cold December night at a German Christmas party. Or no, Christmas market, sorry. Can it get any more romantic? Thomas and Emma love each other unconditionally, and there is no doubt in their minds that they are meant to be together. For them, Marriage is a promise to stay together for the rest of their lives. It is a celebration of the 6 years that they have and many more yet to come. And it's the first step towards starting a family, and they can't wait for their children to meet the best couple on the planet. Emma and Thomas, before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I'm bound by law to remind you of the serious and binding nature of the relationship into which you're about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is a union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Before you exchange your vows, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. Thomas, do you take Emma to be your lawfully wedded wife, to vow to love and care for her in the good times and the bad, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
We're Australian, we pay out on each other. Emma, do you take Thomas to be your lawfully wedded husband, to vow to love and care for him in the good times and the bad, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Emma and Thomas will now exchange their vows. The vows are the basic legal structure of the marriage ceremony.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Thomas Felden, take you, Emma Gerhard Franklin, to be my lawful wedded wife. Emma, I promise to give you the best of myself and to ask of you no more than you can give. I promise to respect you as your own person and to realize that your interests, desires, and needs are no less important than my own. I promise to share with you my time and my attention and to bring joy, strength, and imagination to our relationship. I promise to keep myself open to you, to let you see through the window of my world into my innermost fears and feelings, secrets and dreams. I promise to grow along with you, to be willing to face changes in order to keep our relationship alive and exciting. I promise to love you in good times and bad, with all I have to give and all I feel inside in the only way I know how, completely and forever.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Emma Gerhard Franklin, take you, Thomas Velden, to be my lawful wedded husband. Thomas, I promise to give you the best of myself and to ask of you no more than you can give. I promise to respect you as your own person and to realise that your interests, desires and needs are no less important than my own. I promise to share with you my time and my attention and to bring joy, strength and imagination to our relationship. I promise to keep myself open to you, to let you see through the window of my world into my innermost fears and feelings, secrets and dreams. I promise to grow along with you, to be willing to face changes in order to keep our relationship alive and exciting. I promise to love you in good times and bad, with all I have to give and all I feel inside in the only way I know how, completely and forever.
The wedding ring is an outward and visible sign of an inward and spiritual bond which unites two loyal hearts in partnership. I would now like to call upon Sean to please step forward with the rings. Thomas, please take Emma's ring, place it on her finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring to wear with love and joy. As a ring has no end, neither shall my love for you. I choose you to be my wife this day and forevermore. Emma, please take Thomas's ring, place it on his finger, and repeat after me. Thomas, I give you this ring to wear with love and joy. As the ring has no end, neither shall my love for you. I choose you to be my husband this day and forevermore. Thomas and Emma, these are the hands which you offer each other today as an extension of yourselves. They will work together as you build your future. These are the hands that will love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. Emma and Thomas, you have promised each other a life together with shared love and respect. You have symbolized it by joining hands, taking vows, and by exchanging looks, love, and rings. By virtue of the authority vested in me, and with good wishes of all here present, I have much pleasure in declaring you to be husband and wife. Thomas, you may kiss your gorgeous bride. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is not quite over. I'd now like to ask the couple and their witnesses, Josie and Sky, to join me as we sign the register. And then please join me once again as I present the marriage certificate to the official couple.
Girl, I told you how I feel for you, and every word I said, yes, you know it's true. Before I go, oh, there's just one more thing, my darling. Give me your commitment, girl, with this wedding ring. 'Cause you're my honey baby, my honey baby, yeah. My honey baby, my honey baby. Yes, I want you to know that you're mine all of the time, rain or shine. Oh honey baby, you're mine. Yes, I want you to know that you're mine all of the time, rain or shine. Oh honey baby, you're mine.
Emma and Thomas, may you continue to love one another forever. Live with passion, laugh out loud, and love deeply as husband and wife. Thomas and Emma, on behalf of the family and friends who love you and have joined you here today, both in person and virtually, I celebrate your marriage and recognize and honor you as husband and wife. Family and friends, please congratulate the couple as I present for the very first time the newlyweds, Emma and Thomas. Woo!
Megan, Michael, Laurie, Marnie,
Wilson,
Spencer.
all of you.
Love you all.
Hello, Laura.
Hello, Laura.
I've moved all the mics aside.
Hi family. Love you all. Hi mom and dad and everyone. Mariana, Andrea, Joachim, kids.
Love you.
We've got a wonderful time. Love you all. Wish you could be here.
Wish you were here.
But stay tuned. There's more to come.
I'd like to begin this evening's proceedings by acknowledging the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional owners of the land upon which the MCA stands and on which we meet today. And I'd like to pay my respects to the elders past and present. I'd also like to extend my foremost thanks and welcome to the parents of the bride and groom, and also our hosts for this evening, the Franklins, Mark and Julia, and from afar, watching us via live stream, the Veldens, Herbert and Hannah Laura. Tonight would not be possible, and we really thank you for your love and generosity in inviting us to be part of such a special moment this evening. Everyone can't be here tonight, and I would like to extend my next welcome also to the others who are joining us via live stream, to all of Thomas's family in Germany. We have family based in the UK, and our special Michael Gelhard family also in the States. And also thanks to everyone coming here. You all play such a special role and part in the lives of Emma and Thomas, and the extended family as well. And it is with true honour that they have you here tonight to welcome you as part of their family. Introducing myself, my name is Harrison for those who don't know. I've known Emma all my life, from nappies to now and hopefully beyond. We were in Mother's Group together and have a very tight friendship. I'm very pleased and honoured to be their MC this evening. I was a sort of a COVID backup choice, I don't mind. I would have had my co-host Joachim, Thomas's brother, joining me here, and it's not quite the same without you, but I'll do my best to make up for your absence. When I was asked for the role, I was sort of workshopping with them of the sort of part I could play, and I had put myself forward to actually be part of the beautiful singing ensemble that played during the ceremony, but they were very insistent that my role was just speaking only. I was sort of workshopping a few ideas. We've had a year since the original date for Emma and Thomas, and of course pushed back due to COVID. And we sort of tic-tacked a few ideas of what we could do to make this event more exciting. And obviously with the extra time, we were able to put a bit more resource behind it. And we were thinking, this wedding's got to be different. All sorts of things need to be different, from the cake to, keeping everything short and simple and nice in front of this beautiful view that we have tonight. And with that, we settled and we worked together and we scraped every penny we could, as tonight the bride and groom would like to give a guest here the opportunity to win $250,000. It's actually relatively simple. Some of you might find it a bit tricky, but in a series of true or false questions, we will find our winner of the $250,000 tonight. If you could all start and raise and stand, I'll run you through the rules. Very generous of Emma and Thomas, I might add. $250,000 is on the line here tonight. So look, to go through it simply, it's a very simple heads or tails. For true, if the answer of what I've read is true, we'll do hands on heads. And if it's false, then on your behinds. And look, I want everyone to keep an eye out for each other. We want to keep it an honest game. There's $250,000 on the line, so we need to make sure that everyone's playing in the spirit of the game. So I'll do a simple one to get us started. The first question is, the original date of the wedding was the 4th of April 2020. True or false? Heads for true, tails for false. The answer is true. Some people here might be late invites and didn't know, but that was the original date, 4/4/2020. And we are now on the 21st of March, which I learnt this morning happens to be Australian Prawn Day. So a very landmark day. Two big things have happened, Prawn Day and the wedding of Emma and Thomas. Now, for those who were paying attention before, question 2. The town Emma and Thomas first met in Germany was Cologne. Is that true or is that false? Oh, what's going over here? The answer is false. Emma and Thomas actually met in the adjacent town of Brühl. Now, a question about the groom. Question 3. A fun fact. Thomas was once a lead guitarist for a German ska band. Ska being a genre of music for those who don't know. Is that true or false? I'll give you time to decide here. The question again, for those who missed it, was Thomas was once a lead guitarist for a German ska band. Is that true or false? Oh, everyone settled on their answer. The answer is actually false. A bit of a trick question there. Thomas was actually... That's taken quite a few people out. Thomas was actually the drummer for a band called the Slapstickers for 6 years from 1995. The largest wedding ceremony was performed by Reverend Sung Myung Moon in 1995, where he married 30,000 people at once. Is that true or false? True or false? Heads for true, bottoms for false. The answer is false. He married 35,000 people. We're down to our final 3, and one of you tonight could be going home with $250,000. I think that's very exciting. Very exciting. In 1986, when model Elle Macpherson married, she had a wedding gown designed, I'm not going to pronounce the name because I just can't. When the ceremony was over, she turned the gown into a white mini dress. In 1986, when Elle Macpherson married, she had a wedding gown that when she finished the ceremony, it turned into a white mini dress. Is that true or false? The answer is false. Her dress actually turned into a white bikini. Now, Charles Sylvester, you are our winner tonight. And do you have a coin? The opportunity, the chance to win $250,000, everyone. Let us know how you go. I don't have a coin with me, but, if you'd like to, you can, share it or do whatever. We will now be accompanied by the nephew of the groom, Gary on Cole, as we welcome everybody for the first time, the newlyweds, Emma and Thomas. Please stand up. Thank you. We're now going to get into some of the speeches for this evening. And we also, just to mention, thank you again to our international viewers joining us through our Zoom. I'll now be very honoured to invite members of both the Franklins and the Veldens to share words with us this evening. I would first like to invite and welcome to the lectern, mother of the bride, Julia.
Hello everyone. Well, normally I'd be walking and talking in the front here, but because we have a Zoom, we have to be under the light and we have to be right here, which is actually quite good because I do have a speech. So thank you, Harry, wherever you are. And most of you know me. I'm Julia. I'm mother of this most incredible bride here tonight. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Particularly welcome the absent relatives on Zoom, and you know who you are, the Velden family in Germany. Lorley and Herbert, we wish you were here, and we have gum on the table for you. And actually the rain has stopped, Lorley and Herbert, so it is perfect for you had you been here. Joachim and Andrea, sorry, my pronunciation's not so great, and their wonderful family members in Germany. My brother Mike and his family in the US, and we have our cousins in Amsterdam, the UK. We've got some cousins in Melbourne and Adelaide, and other cousins in Byron Bay who couldn't be here today. But we hope you can see us on the Zoom. And thank you, Annie, darling Annie, and Argo. Thank you, darling, for making the Zoom happen as seamlessly as it has. So thank you, Argo. Appreciate that. So as many of you know, Mark and I were married here at the MCA, downstairs the Foundation Hall, about 26 years ago. So some of you attended that event. I mean, whoa, spooky. And so it's fitting all these years later that we're now celebrating Emma and Thomas's wedding here at this iconic Sydney location. And again, we chose it because we want to showcase Sydney and what a beautiful city this is to our visiting family members from Germany. So what can I say about my amazing, amazing daughter, Emma? I actually think that I'm the luckiest mother in the whole world because I can call her, this incredible girl, not only my daughter, but my best friend. She is so encouraging. She's the most amazing person to have on your side. She's brave, she's resilient, she's always the first to rally to your defence, and I know that all your friends, you would agree with me. She's loving, she's supportive, she lifts you up. If you're feeling a little bit down, she's the one that raises you up, and she's a person that you definitely want on your team. She's unflinchingly and fiercely loyal, and especially to her friends, and here are her friends here on the E table. She's loving, generous of spirit, warm-hearted, and her aura is magnetic, and she gathers together friends from all ages and all walks of life towards her because she is this amazing, amazing person. She's clever, she's sophisticated, she fits into any crowd. She lights up the room she enters, and that's, Charlie, I'm stealing your words, but gee, you're right. She lights up any room she enters with her amazing aura. You only have to look at her today in her Carla outfit, chosen more than a year ago today because she wanted to look a certain fabulous way, and she does. And it's absolutely a credit to you, darling. You're absolutely a vision. Emma and I stand side by side every step of the way, and I'm her biggest fan and she's mine. It's always been like this, and I'm incredibly lucky to say that. I've even had her working as an event manager, and I must say, I started her working with me when she was 8. Now, you might call that child labour, but I call it practical education. She has been an event manager at the Australian of the Year Awards. She has had, for 10 or more years, she has had backstage and VIP passes onto the main stage down in Canberra. And she's used that VIP pass, let me tell you. Excuse me, don't you know who I am, as she's forced her way through. She has worked on countless major public events and concerts. She's managed high-profile protocol events. She's worked with Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton, when he came out here. She flew to Adelaide and represented our company there with Bill Clinton. I was very proud of that. And recently she worked with our Gladys on the Aerotropolis launch. Amazing. So Emma is very familiar with activating a wet weather plan. And today, because she is very special, she's a very, very special girl, we have activated the very, very, very wet weather plan. Not everybody gets that treatment, let me tell you, but she got the very, very, very special, because it was going to be out here. But, I mean, you'll all agree with me. In fact, on the news tonight, some poor bride was swept away by the floodwaters, but not our bride. Not our bride. Our bride is right here. She's gorgeous. And Emma has even performed at important public events. And Ralph and some of the guys from the Llamas, who are here today on the E table, have performed at Parliament House. Yoshi, Ralph. And if any of you have heard her sing, she has the voice of an angel. We were lucky enough, Mark and I and James, to go and hear her sing in the Vatican in 2012, where some of her St Andrew's friends, who are also here on the E-table, were part of that music tour, and that was the most incredible night to hear her sing in the Vatican. It was just beautiful. I'm just so proud of the woman that she has become, forging her own path and making her own way. I marvel at how she handles herself, and somehow she's professional and personal, and she's just ticks all the boxes. She's the perfect woman. I may be biased, I don't think so. So Emma is wise beyond her years, and I can't wait to see where she takes herself in the years to come. And now Thomas, with you by her side, as a loving husband and number one fan, I know the sky is the limit. Thomas, welcome to our Aussie family. You are already part of the Gelhard family, and now you're like another son to me, so welcome. We love you, and we know how happy you make our girl. You're kind and loving and a wonderful caring person, and your work in the disability sector is an inspiration, as your colleagues at the end of table T will testify. Since the moment she met you, Emma has been completely smitten, and we can all of us see how clearly you love each other and how insanely happy you are together, and that is all any mother could ever want for her daughter. So I was not going to lose it. Sorry, darling, I'm not. I'm looking forward to seeing you two grow together in love, and we hope that one day we'll be blessed with grandchildren. We'll welcome when they come. So happiness and health to you both. And I'd like to welcome my husband Mark to the lectern now. He has a few words to say.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by thanking those who've made a long journey to be here tonight. My sister Sally, brother-in-law Brian and their son Chris have travelled from northern New South Wales and Queensland to be here. Thank you for your effort. And a big shout out to Sally and Brian's daughters Kate and Lauren, who may or may not be on Zoom tonight looking at this from Europe and the UK. To Sandra and Tom Krapeshlis, I understand you've flown here from Perth. Thank you for that. And also Callum Evans, who I understand has come here. He's the special friend of bridesmaid Josie Sylvester. He's come here from Perth, especially for this. So thank you for that. And he also did a great job organising the Bucks Night for us in Marrickville. What happens in Marrickville stays in Marrickville. Thank you, Callum. All right, so to all our guests here and on the internet tonight, thank you for taking the time to be with us on this wonderful day. And specifically, a friendly hello and welcome to Thomas's extended family in Germany. Whilst we're sorry we can't be in the same room as you, I'm happy that we have, after several years and some minor recent delays, now gathered together to celebrate Emma and Thomas's wedding. It's nice to speak to you again through the internet, and I hope you have a good time wherever you are around the globe. So fill your glasses over there, because there are toasts coming. We wish you all the best. Now, a few words about the happy couple, starting with Thomas. When I first met Thomas, I didn't pay him much attention. You see, his relationship with Emma was what you might call low profile. It certainly flew beneath my radar. So I didn't give him the usual scrutiny reserved for a daughter's boyfriend. However, as time moved on, I got to know Thomas both here and in Germany. And I particularly remember a few moments when I became aware of Thomas's admirable character. I was first struck by how polite and calm Thomas was. His level of self-control seemed to me to be amazing. Not a bad thing for Emma, I thought. This view was formed when Thomas also taught us about his work with disabled children in Cologne. There was one story I remember in particular that made a strong impression. Thomas told us that he had an extremely difficult student who made a habit of throwing feces at the teacher. Now, I thought, if Thomas can handle that with a smile, then dealing with Emma at her worst should be straightforward. Gets better. My second observation was when I stayed with them in Thomas's Cologne apartment, and I saw what an organised person he was. I noticed this was rubbing off on Emma as well, who seemed to acquire new cleaning and domestic skills and had even started budgeting. Yes, Thomas is very organised. Later, when he moved to Australia with Emma and lived with us, he had a chance to practice on us. I think it was the second day of his residence when I noticed that someone had cleaned and tidied the fridge, discarded outdated items, and arranged the remaining contents into neat little rows. Thomas had arrived. So, during this time, I've had a good opportunity to get to know Thomas and assess their relationship. I soon realised that Thomas loved Emma deeply, that Emma loved Thomas deeply, and that Thomas gave Emma the companionship that Emma wanted and needed. Thomas was good for Emma. Emma knew it, and Julia and I could see it. Since meeting Thomas, Emma has blossomed. She has become an even kinder and more responsible person, a person who I genuinely greatly admire. Emma's character has always been fine. Emma is friendly, helpful and resourceful, well-intentioned and a joy to be around, not to mention a stunningly beautiful woman. It is no wonder that Thomas found her the perfect match. Today, Emma is welcomed into a second wonderful family, the Veldens. To Thomas's parents, Herbert and Hannah Laura, and also to his brother Joachim and sister Andrea, thank you for helping to produce such a nice person in Thomas. You have done very well. You all and your extended family are always welcome in Australia, and I know our family's friendship and bonds will continue to flourish as a result of today's union. Of course, I also want Thomas to know that he is a welcome addition to the Franklin family. So I propose a toast for my son-in-law, Thomas. I love you, son. A toast to Thomas. For Emma, I want to tell you that you are the apple of my eye. Words cannot express how much I love you. We love you. You brought Julia and I together. You've kept us together. You have given our lives purpose and brought us the most fulfilment from life that is possible to have. Our son James will want to know that we feel exactly the same way about him. But this evening I'll focus on Emma. To Julia and I, without being too modest, Emma is an example of perfect breeding. Emma was lucky enough to inherit all of our best traits and hardly any of the other ones. By strength of character, Emma has improved herself to the point where I feel her resilience and solid common sense a counsel and an inspiration. Many times, Julia and I have asked ourselves, how lucky are we to have such a wonderful family? I'm sure Herbert and Hannah Laura have had similar conversations about Joachim, Andrea and Thomas, of course. But how did we get so lucky? The reason is it's bewildering is because it wasn't us as parents who can claim credit for creating such perfect kids. The credit actually goes to the child for their own self-development. I've seen this firsthand through Emma. It was Emma who decided to be the nicest person she can be. It was Emma who learned the skills to get on, stay happy, keep bouncing back and stay positive. It was Emma herself who has resisted distractions and stayed focused as she gained education and experience. It was Emma who gained many friends, who created herself a fabulous, interesting career, and it was Emma who made her own reasoned and reasonable decisions, culminating with her best decision ever, to marry Thomas. In conclusion, when Emma was born, I put a birth notice in the Sydney Morning Herald. I was a Star Trek fan at the time, so I used a Spock quote to close the notice with the wish that Emma might live long and prosper. I now wish to extend this wish to my new son-in-law and to the future next generation of Veldens, whenever they choose to arrive, no pressure. So in closing, a toast to Emma and Thomas for you and your marriage. May you both live long and prosper. A toast to Emma and Thomas. That's all. Thank you very much.
Greetings, friends and family. I have not as many words to say as my parents have because, of course, I'm just the brother. I would like to thank both Emma and Thomas with the following things. Thomas, you are like the older brother I've never had. I'm really proud to have simply been in contact with you. You're just a fabulous person, and you show me so many things that I don't have the years to understand. Emma, you make me really proud whenever I hear the things that you're doing, the progress you make. Every time I hear it, it makes me incredibly proud. And I struggle to imagine how I can ever keep up with you. There's so many things about both of you that make me really satisfied with the way life has turned out for the whole family. So I'll leave with that. Those are the short words that I have to say. That is my toast to Emma and Thomas. Cheers.
While they may be viewing from afar, we are very thankful to have received pre-recorded messages this evening from Thomas's family in Germany. We begin with the gorgeous mother of the bride, Hannah-Laura, who's known to many as Lorley.
Good evening to Sydney. Dear parents of the bride, Julia and Mark. Dear Wendy, dear relatives, dear guests, and above all, dear bridal couple, Emma and Thomas. We send you a lot of greetings and love from Germany, or more accurate, from the castle town Brühl. Thomas' hometown, which has also become very familiar to you, dear Emma. We are very happy to have you as our daughter-in-law today. It is a big pleasure for us to send you our congratulations concerning your wedding via video message, although we would much rather be there at your wedding party. From the bottom of our hearts, we wish you all wonderful and unforgettable wedding celebrations, and in which we take part with our thoughts and our love. We wish you health and a long life for two.
The father of the groom, Herbert, will now share his message, which will be reading to us in his native language, German.
Guten Abend nach Sydney. Liebe Brauteltern Julia und Mark, liebe Wendy, liebe Verwandte, liebe Gäste und vor allen Dingen liebes Brautpaar Emma und Thomas. Wir grüßen euch ganz herzlich aus Deutschland, genauer gesagt aus der Schlossstadt Brühl, der Heimatstadt von Thomas, die auch dir, liebe Emma, sehr vertraut geworden ist. Wir freuen uns sehr, dich heute als Schwiegertochter zu bekommen. Es ist uns eine große Freude, euch unsere Glückwünsche zur Hochzeit auf diesem Wege zu übermitteln, obwohl wir viel lieber bei eurer Hochzeit vor Ort dabei wären. Wir wünschen euch von ganzem Herzen ein wunderschönes und unvergessliches Fest, Gesundheit und ein langes Leben zu zweit. Wir sind in Gedanken mit dabei.
Thank you. We will now also hear a message now from Thomas's sister Andrea.
Dear Emma and my dear brother Thomas, it's so nice to see you both as a lovely bride and groom. You have been a couple for a few years now. I fondly remember all the good times that we have already experienced together in Germany and Australia. Like all the other family members, I would love to be there at your celebration in Sydney today. But I'm so glad that we can take part in your wedding this special way. I'm wholeheartedly happy about your decision to say yes to each other. So I'm very proud to have you, Emma, as my sister-in-law. I sincerely wish you all the love and happiness in this world for your common path in life. Finally, I would like to give you these words from Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Love does not consist of gazing at each other, but in looking together in the same direction. Lots of love from me, Martin, Gerion, Johanna and Sophia.
Thank you very much. Mariana, Thomas's aunt, and she is so delighted to be able to share with you words.
Dear bride Emma and dear bridegroom Thomas, to your wedding in the beautiful sunny Sydney, Australia, my heart's desire is good luck in the future, health, success and a long life. My hearty congratulations for your parents, Julia and Mark, and Lorly and Herbert. So I can't be in your middle, but in my thoughts, I'm with you both when you say yes. And when you have the great feudal dinner with your family and friends. Later, I will dance happy with you till early in the morning on this wonderful, most beautiful day in your life. God bless you. I love you, Nani.
we'd love to introduce to the lectern the cousin of the bride and the maid of honour, Josie.
What an honour. Thanks, Harry. What a stunning night it's been so far. It's so amazing that we're finally able to celebrate this special day. To the handsome groom, Thomas, I am so glad Emma has found someone who adores her as much as we do. While your engagement might have come as a little bit of a surprise at the time, it is no surprise why she's sitting here with you today. Something I think we all really admire about you is that you never take things for granted. You are so appreciative of all the amazing things in life, including your beautiful bride, Emma. It's rare that we have a family occasion where Thomas doesn't say a few words of appreciation, and it never goes unnoticed, Thomas. You're extremely witty, and I think Emma has finally met her match for being the funniest person in the room. You are also one of the nicest, most patient people I know. I'm sure this has, and certainly will, come in handy. Thank you for all the hospitality you've shown to me over the years and for always welcoming me with open arms. You're a very special person, and I'm so happy that Emma is with someone as kind-hearted as you. Emma. Emma. Where do I begin? First of all, you look like an absolute bombshell. I can't believe that cheeky, gap-toothed terror who made me sell off oranges to the unfortunate neighbours on Pockley Avenue when we were 6. Oh, mandarins, excuse my French. It's finally tying the knot. For those of you who don't know, Emma and I are 8 days apart and have grown up together side by side. Emma, during that time, you have made many questionable decisions. The infamous pixie haircut in year 6, the 10 layers of orange makeup in high school, which the St Andrews guys, I'm sure you would know about that. And of course, the decision to take Thomas to Oktoberfest with Charlie. Just to name a few. However, I think as Lily said, I think it was Mark, sorry, one of you, your decision to marry Thomas is one that I cannot fault, and it's certainly your best decision yet. There's no one quite like you. You are a force to be reckoned with, and your presence never goes unnoticed. No matter what occasion, a family lunch, a big event, or a small gathering, you never fail to be the life of the party and ensure that everyone is entertained and has a great time. I'm sure every single person in this room tonight can attest to that. Lucky for us, your confidence and love of life is contagious. There is no one that can make you feel more fabulous than Emma can, and I think Lily has summed that up very well in her speech. I think Emma's what they call a woo girl, so she'll always hype you up and make you feel like the most fabulous person in the room. So I actually... Woo! That's a big skill of hers and one that we all really admire him. So while being best... Oh, sorry. But that's not all. Thomas, well, I'm sure you realise you were proposing to a very talented young lady. What you didn't know was that you were going to be marrying a celebrity chef, if you will. If you haven't done so already, check out Emma's YouTube channel for some very cringy content, but amazing recipes. Emma, not only are you incredible at cooking, you are the hostess with the absolute mostess, and you make everyone and anyone feel welcome. While being best friends was forced upon us by our parents when we were little, the decision since then has been made by us. I'm so lucky to have someone like, sorry, to have someone like you by my side. And I can't wait for this exciting new chapter in your life. Keep being you and keep bringing craziness, laughter, and all that positive energy into Thomas's life and into all of our lives like you've always done. You're my best friend. I love you so much. And I'm so proud of you. Thomas and Emma, I think I've left my drink at the table, but Thomas and Emma, congratulations. And here's to a long and happy future ahead. Sorry. Oh, God. Oh, my God, sorry, you're ridiculous. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't go too far, Emma. Our next speech will be from the most gorgeous bride, Emma.
Hello. It's me, the bride. Emma. Hello, all the new people. I didn't realise I was going so early. Today's going so quick. Okay, so, hello. It didn't occur to me when I was writing my speech last year that I would not be able to hug my new mother and father-in-law or have the chance to thank those who had travelled all this way from different parts of the globe in person, or that Thomas wouldn't have his best man, his brother, or his sister by his side, or that my new family-in-law wouldn't be able to watch his son as he teared up to watch his bride walk down the aisle. I love that part, by the way. So things are a little bit different to what we originally expected. To our family and friends, on the most important day of our combined history, we are so grateful to be surrounded by your love. As you well know, a wedding is not just a union of two in love, it's a union of families. But seeing as our families are already technically united, our shared dream is that it stays this way forever. So wherever you've travelled from tonight, or whether you're joining us online via Zoom, hello. We welcome you to our wedding here in Sydney, and thank you for being here with us today. It means a lot. So, I have a wedding app that I used. Shocker, those exist. And I used it last year to arrange all of the finer details, like seating charts, so hopefully you're all happy, and wedding invite designs, dress inspiration. As you can see, I paid a lot of attention to. And I recently logged back in, because, a while later, to finalise the last details of the wedding. And I noticed written on the big home page that it said, in bold and all caps, like all caps letters, happily married, 350 days. And so I thought, oh my God, 350 days, 15 days short of a year that we waited, wondering whether we would be able to have our night. And here we are. So, to celebrate our new beginning in this venue tonight is something really special to all of us. Here in Sydney at the Museum of Contemporary Art, where we are today means a lot more than just us. It's our past and our present and our future. And the past saw my mum and dad married downstairs in the foundation hall with me, a baby, less than a year old. They didn't wait. And today, I'm married. The person I know and love here today in this exact same location to start our future in one of the most iconic cities in the world, minus the baby, for now. Don't get excited just yet. So, to my parents, Julia and Mark, you made today possible, and you know how grateful I am that you've supported and encouraged me in everything that I've ever done Thank you for accepting the man that I chose to be my husband. I know he might not have been your first pick for me, but as you've grown to know Thomas, your love for us and your love knowing that our shared union, the joy that is greater than any gift that you could ever give. So, and even though our relationship started out worse than a death, in my father's own words, it's now nothing like that. So it's much better, I promise. But it's because you've grown to know us and love us, and thank you for that. Okay, so to my new in-laws, Herbert and Hannah Laura, I'm directing that at you, Herbie and Lawley. When I moved to Germany to be with your son, you took me under your wing and you became my parents when mine were far away. And you supported us and you made every possible effort to make sure that I was comfortable in a foreign land. So thank you for sharing your son with me. I promise I will care for him and love him always, and we are so glad that we are able to share this day with you, even though you're 16,000 kilometres away or more. We wish you were here. So, to my friends, we love you. To my friends, new and old, I will forever treasure the support that you showed me through the years that I lived in Germany. I'll always hold your love and loyalty very close to me. To my core team, home, you know who you are. Even though we were far from it, you were always a call away. And there for us with open arms when we decided to come home. Harry, for being the best MC and for being my best friend since we were babies. Let's remind everybody. To my school friends, the llamas, and to everybody else, thank you for the music and never judging my choices. Thank you for also walking me down the aisle today. With Honey Baby, wasn't it beautiful? I can't remember how it sounded, but I'm sure it was awesome. Thomas's friends, colleagues, High Street Flyers, welcome. I do hope we get to get to know each other a little bit more this year, seeing as it's been a little while. My husband has always said wonderful things about the relationships that he's had with you, so thank you for being here with us. Our favourite non-German, Sky, who is one of the 3 people in this room who has seen Thomas drunkenly sing the Australian national anthem, and who has been my rock since the very beginning, and since moving to Germany, you were always there. And to my true sister Josie, who organised the most ridiculously insane hens night, who's been there to make sure I don't always look like a complete nong. I do love you a lot, and thank you for being my sister. Thanks also for making me teary. It's very easy to do though. It's a very emotional day. Andy, my grandma, not really a friend, but my grandmother. Or Wendy, to most people in this room, who was the first person that I did trust with the news of my relationship with Thomas. You've been a huge support to both of us from the very beginning, so we love you very much. I love you all, new friends and old. And to Thomas. My husband. My new husband. Hey, I'm trying to be deep here. You and I are a very powerful team. Let's never let anything break us. I waited 5 years, 350 days to marry you. But time aside, we chose each other for a reason, and I will never stop loving you. You are true to yourself and everyone that you love. You are unapologetically Thomas. No matter where we are in this world, you will always be my constant. I love you for being everything that you are. And I am so proud of you for taking this leap with me, for us and our future. Du bist. This is the German bit that I'm really not sure about. Du bist die Liebe meines Lebens. Bring on forever. I love you, darling. Love you. I think, come on, kiss me now. Okay, good.
Let's give it up for the bride. Thank you. Tonight, we would have been dazzled by Thomas's best man and brother Joachim, and he would have filled the room with absolute laughter. And he's been so lovely to share with us, in the presence of his parents as well, Hannelore and Herbert, a lovely message from Germany.
Dear bride and groom, could life bestow a feast more blissful than a wedding? And even so for us, though far away by sea miles, yet close to you by heart smiles. The bridegroom's parents, siblings, family in Germany, connected online, real time to your joyful ceremony, we are joining you through virtual space to celebrate with you and your beloved family, friends, relatives, and mates, while longing for to be with you on place and hoping soon to see you face to face.
Dear Emma, once upon a time, July 2015, when you were traveling around the world and Europe, a pleasant day's warm summer evening in Brühl, a cab released you to our estate, your grandfather Franz's parental place. Most cheerful moment to welcome you and share our first embrace.
And quite some days in advance, we had notified you, Thomas, about this extraordinary visitor from Australia and asked you to join us the next day upon Emma's arrival for dinner at El Patio, our favorite Spanish restaurant, to get to know her on that occasion. And you agreed.
Albeit at that time, dear brother, to meet and greet and see your niece, second degree, who came from down under, would not yet rank over the top of your duties and needs. But all the more, you were keen enough and wise to take the risk, to grasp a glance into her eyes, perhaps a little brisk, and all at once, and much to your surprise, what did you see there rise? A swarm of butterflies.
The following day, dear Thomas, you arrived from Cologne to join us and to enjoy with us Herbert, Lorli, Marianne, and our dear guest Emma, the sunset on our terrace, and after a while of lively talking and lovely flirting, the appetite did rise. So we left for dinner.
In those days, dear Emma, you deemed Thomas just a friend of the family, as you confided, or confessed, to Lorli later, once you had deciphered the family ties.
Dear couple, such was your first encounter, and I will never forget Emma's expression for the magic of that moment. A long stretched wow.
Obviously, a perfect summary and acknowledgement of what just had happened, and a sparkling anticipation for what would be to come. Dear Emma and dear Thomas, we congratulate you from the depth of our loving hearts and wish you all the very best luck, health, and a long and happy life in love together. An ancient horseshoe was discovered by the groom's great-grandfather in Thuringia, Germany, 116 years ago, around the day of birth of our Omi, Gertrude, the bride's great-grandmother and groom's grandmother.
Today, by virtue of the World Wide Web, and soon in person too, we pass this mojo on to you. For happiness and health, longevity and wealth, and lots of luck and lifelong lasting love.
A triple thunderous toast on the marriage of our splendid couple.
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
Hip, hip, hooray!
Cheers!
Cheers!
We now have our final speaker for this evening, the most important, the all-important groom. Could you please welcome to the lectern, Thomas.
It almost feels like now being the support act after the main act already played, if you know what I mean. Shopping list. Chicken, beef mince, apples, Diet Coke, hang on. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I want to apologize to everyone I should forget in my speech, and I probably will. It is my first wedding speech, so I'm not really experienced. So previously I asked Google who I have to thank, so please no complaints here. So I can give you later on the source I used, and then you can go ahead with like whatever you want. Secondly, for those who haven't noticed yet, I'm Thomas, I'm the groom. Before I start, I'd like to thank my new parents-in-law, Julia and Mark, and my new brother-in-law, James, on behalf of Emma and myself, for your kind words and giving such wonderful speeches. I was truly moved. Thank you very much. Julia and Mark, Lorley and Herbert, you are hosting this wonderful wedding, and your immense generosity and support helped us making this day as special and outstanding as it is today. Everything is exactly the way Emma and I wanted it to be. Thank you very, very much. Julia and Emma, I know that when Emma revealed to you that she was in a relationship with me, you were not quite as excited about it as we were. To be honest, I think we caused a bit of a stir. However, as everyone can see, I didn't get murdered by anyone, and I'm still alive, because eventually you accepted our relationship and me as your daughter's partner, which I am very, very thankful for. When Emma and I arrived in Sydney in August 2017 to start a new life together, you, Julia and Mark, gave us a home and a place to stay for as long as we needed. We stayed until December, until we found our first own apartment. In those 4 months, we lived with you at 19 Pockley Avenue. I not only got to know and love you as my new family, but also learned to love your house in Roseville as one of the most beautiful places here on earth. The Franklin headquarters has become a second home for me and a haven where I feel safe and comfortable. And I know that Emma and I are welcome anytime and that we could stay again if we had to. Not that we will. Your kindness and support made my start here in Australia a lot easier. Thank you for being such a great help for Emma and myself through the last 3.5 years. My family from Germany unfortunately can't be here today. Last year, when it became a dark reality that none of them will be allowed to step on a plane and cross the border to get into Australia to come to our wedding, we were gobsmacked. I wish, and I seriously do, they or you could see this fantastic location, this wonderful city. Lorley and Herbert, I have almost spent 20 years of my life with you in the house I grew up in. Later, I lived in my own apartments in Brühl and Cologne. That was the furthest I thought I would get from you. I was wrong. You, my parents, have been a constant support throughout my whole life, even during the times when I was a teenager and caused you a few sleepless nights. You believed in me, gave me freedom, and never stopped me from being the person I wanted to be. You raised me, taught me the right values, and shaped me becoming the man I am now. You supported me in all my decisions and never tried to change my mind, even when I decided to leave you to follow my heart to Australia. You have always been and will continue to be a firm hold in my life, even now, 16,000 kilometers away from where you are. Andrea and Joachim, my brother and sister. Our relationship has grown in the last years, and it feels we have never been closer than we are now. I wish you could be here with me today to celebrate the wedding of your younger brother, just as I did when you got married. Thanks for being the best siblings and friends I could have ever asked for. Marianne, or Nani, you were the one forcing me to meet Emma when she came to Brühl. Firstly, I was refusing, but eventually I said yes, and I came. You really were the one who started it. Thank you. I miss all of you dearly, and I hope you all can come to Australia once this Scheißenhausen virus is finally under control. Wendy, You have been so supportive and wonderful through the last years since we have moved to Australia. I sometimes feel we share quite a bit, and maybe that's what makes you so special for me. I am glad having you here with us tonight. I'd also like to thank the whole Sylvester family for being a constant support. I'd like to thank the following people who have been working with Julia and Emma on our wedding over the last year and a half and making this all happen. Annie Reckner, our fabulous event planner. Jessie, who has been such a wonderful celebrant. She isn't here anymore, but thank you. Josie, for your lovely bridesmaid speech. And Harry, for being such a great friend and our MC tonight. I'd also like to say thank you to Sean and Callum for organizing an unforgettable Bucks night. We have a saying in German to explain a painful hangover. And this is how it goes. Die Nacht steckt mir noch in den Knochen. We can rehearse that later. Which translates to, I've got the night still in my bones. And I think the entree of bone marrow contributed to that. Truly unforgettable. So, last not least, I'd like to thank all our guests for coming and celebrating this important day with us. Occasionally, when I checked our RSVP email account, I was thinking, who the heck are all these people I have never heard of before? But I am really, really, really glad you are all here, and I hope by the end of the night I got to know all of you. Emma. When I met you on the 10th of July 2020 in Germany, I didn't know that my whole life was going to change. The moment I saw you, I knew something special was happening. I knew that you are the one I want to spend the rest of my life with, without knowing you at all. After that, we stayed in contact and texted, Skyped, or called each other. How lucky we were to have all these options to connect. Then I came to Australia to see you again, and that visit sealed our relationship. We went on our first trips to Canberra and the Gold Coast, and you gave me a taste of how it is to be around you 24/7. You came to live with me in Germany in November 2015 and again in February 2016 and stayed until we eventually relocated here in Australia. We have not spent a single day without each other ever since. Occasionally maybe, but that doesn't count. We know each other, we trust each other, we are making a perfect team. Together we have been to places I thought I would never go to. We've been to Bali, Bangkok, and KL. Fantastic countries and amazing cultures. We discovered Greece as our comfort and favorite holiday destination and spent some wonderful weeks there. I can't wait to go on our next adventure and discover the world with you. You have brought me here to start a new life, a life with you. Who would have thought on that summer night in 2015 that we just got married now, almost 6 years later? You are my best friend and my soulmate and the most beautiful person on earth. You are my life. I love you. Hang on, the best part is going to come. I love you to the moon and back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, raise your glasses and join me in a toast to everyone in this room, love and life, Emma and I. Cheers.
please join me in welcoming to the floor our newlyweds, Emma and Thomas.